Or
Yeah, well, that's all I can be, actually.
I'm gonna just let with construction with Dallas.
So when you said commitment, what did that entail?
Well, every morning, once we learned how we were, and of course we learned it off season. So it was like January or February when Teresa and her husband came up and gave us the lesson as to how to deal with a horse that has lymphedema. And so they spent a good part of a whole day here training us how to wrap his leg and how to massage him and stuff. And it became pretty obvious by the end of the day. And they left us with a book and all the instructions to do that. But Dallas was a horse that enjoyed pulling. I mean, he was just a natural puller. And so it was a commitment to get him back doing what he wanted to do. And we, of course, wanted him to do it because he did it well. And I think at the time he might have been 10 or 11, so he still had years of, productivity. And so from that point on, once we committed to, to learn about how to take care of him, which, we had to commit to that, then we went forging ahead. And every day thereafter, we massaged him every morning. And it took somewhere around, we do it together, so each work on a side kind of thing. And so it probably took 10, 15 minutes, not hours to do that. The most time consuming and most costly part of it is wrapping his leg. It's the wraps and all the different type of wraps required, the cotton wrap that you put on. But, you could see progress. And so we did that till April. And then we started working them and doing all what we did. So every morning during the work program, so that would have been mid-April to October, we would bring him out of his stall in the morning because he wasn't out in the pasture no longer. And we would unwrap his leg because it was wrapped for overnight. And we would massage him and then harness him, and then we work him his 4 miles that he had to work every day. And we lugged him, to build muscle and stuff. And then when we brought him back in, after 3-4 hours, he had a hot shower, and we let him dry, and then we rewrapped his leg. And that was every day. That was what you did every day. Now, when we went away on contests, out in New York or Maine, we took all the stuff that we needed. We still massaged him. We still wrapped him. And if he wasn't pulling or working, he was wrapped. And his leg just kept going down. Now, when we hit October, when the season was done, we stopped massaging him and we stopped wrapping his leg just to see what would happen. And it never reoccurred. And we haven't done that for a couple of years now. And it's just never come back. And you'll see his leg now. It may be a tad larger, but nowhere near. I mean, it's so close to being similar to the other one that he's never had a reoccurrence of it.
Wow. Wow.
So people that saw us do what we did, and the commitment that it took to do it, couldn't believe that you would just spend that kind of time and why you haven't sold the horse or put him down and that type of thing, because not a lot of people have that kind of commitment. And well, the reason is he's a good horse, and he was a high-strung horse. But the more we worked with him, the more massages and the more things that we did to him, at this point, you could do anything to that horse. You could walk under his belly, you could do anything, but he just now totally trusts you as to what you're going to do. He knows that you're not going to hurt him, and he's just totally relaxed about it, And so it really changed how we looked at him, and it changed how he looked at us, because it really became pretty close, because it was a daily thing.
So like almost like a secondary benefit from this was then sounds like you got to know him even better.
Yep.
and he became less high strung
That's right.
from all that handling that you had.
You
to
put
do.
a harness on him, he went back to his whole, game face. Take the harness off, and he was the pet indirectly, and he kind of acted that way. I mean, he was just totally relaxed, and you could work around his legs. I mean, you'll see the horse. I mean, he's big, and he had pulling shoes on, so you don't want to get walked on by those shoes, and you could be all around him. I mean, it just didn't matter. I mean, it was, and he pulled, and he won some big contests,
Wow.
and he did not lose power. He didn't. That whole lymphedema episode did not change how he pulled, didn't change the power he had to pull. It just, when the leg is this size, you just can't, you don't have the flexibility in. You work on it, and it goes down and down and down, and you get it back to, close to normal size. I mean, his was so big it was actually leaking, where, there was fluid coming out of the swellness of his leg.
Yeah.
But
What would you say to somebody who has to make a decision about whether, they're facing that commitment, they're facing that time commitment and that financial commitment? What are some things that they should consider? What are some things that you had to consider when they are deciding whether they should just send the horse down the road or really dig in and do the wrapping, do the massage?
it's you need to decide the value of that horse to you. And once you decide the value of that horse to you, then you're going to make the right decision. Because if Dallas was just a farm horse and he was just a horse, I'm not sure how we would have made that decision. We never looked into it. When we made the phone call Teresa about this, it was already a commitment that we wanted to know what we could do to fix him. And if there was a way to fix him, we were already kind of committed to do that because of who he was, And we're not discouraged easily. And so the extra work, we're not afraid of it. Other people on the other hand, if it was an ounce of extra work, they would have not done it. And believe me, there's days that you don't want to do it because it's just a pressure for time. But you make that commitment. It's kind of like taking care of a child. You make that commitment, you got to take care of it, right? And or a dog or a cat or anything else. You take care of your animals, right? And that's what we did. I don't think everybody would do that, but that's what we chose to do. And when you brought him to polls and all the people saw him walk out of the trailer with this big, huge wrap on him, wow, what's wrong with your horse? Well, nothing. We had this episode with lymphedema, and we're kind of take care of him, and this is what you do to take care of him. Then we unwrap him, and we see the leg was fairly normal. They go out there and he pulled his heart out, and then when he was done, he bathed him and took care of him. And then re-wrapped the leg before we came home, and we got so good at wrapping that leg that you could damn near do it in the dark. That's how good we got at it. Well, figure that we started in February and never ended until October. How many times you wrapped it? At least once a day. So it's a lot of wraps in there. 8 months.
Yeah.
And I know. A fellow puller down in Pennsylvania that I told Teresa about that you're helping Scott Brown down there. And I told him the whole process. And you need to decide if this horse is worth the time, because once you make the commitment, it's not easily just, it's a commitment, and you need to know. He did make. I've seen him since. And, as far as I know, he still takes care of that horse because he believes that has helped. And it does help. It does really help.
Wow. Maybe we could take a look at Dallas.
Right now, let's look at Dallas.
Yeah, let's go take a look.